morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker. Appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us, and being a part of all that we do. Blessings, Lisa. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring, and all that, and then some. As always, do like Lisa does. Share this broadcast. Tag somebody. Let everybody know that the Brothers of Legacy are in the building. Hey, good morning, Mama McCory. Appreciate ya. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for always being a part. Again, make sure you share. Make sure you tag. Take the text message and share it to somebody else. I'm cool with that. And if you don't know what the text message is, I don't know where you've been at hanging out with us. Join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Never miss a broadcast. Never miss what's going down with the Brothers of Legacy. All right. That's it. That's it. So today we are discussing when you want to quit everything. Everything. And we're going to dig into that. You know, if you've never had that moment, I need you to say something then. I don't know anybody that's not at least had a moment of quixation while you started something, want to give it up because it's just either too much, too hard, or just too annoying. So today we're talking about when you want to quit everything. Who is that? Hey, it's Wow Tuesday. What's up, Kathy? Good morning. It is Tuesday. Indeed, it is. I was about to say Thirsty Tuesday. It's Thirsty Thursday. Tasty Tuesday. All right, so let's go ahead and kick this off. I have my brother Kaneem hanging in the wings. All right, so again, right now, what I need you to do is share. Sharing is caring. All right, we'll be right back.
I want to welcome you to the Brothers of Legacy broadcast, where we are changing our community one conversation at a time, every day.
We are creating a new legacy.
Change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come.
A co-op has to start with ownership. Right. We have a mindset of either I want to make a lot of money or survive. Make a bunch of money or I got to figure out how to survive.
When you have a real bond, when everyone has, we come in with real expectations. Mm-hmm. Because this is covenant.
The whole premise is that we as a people, with our money and time, aren't often making this general possible, often vested in the business.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Boom. Good morning, gentlemen.
Happy Tuesday.
The word,
Happy
my brother.
Tuesday. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Again, where we don't stand out, we stand up. So today, our topic is when you want to quit everything. And we can dig into specifics of what everything may be. You know, when it gets a little hot and you want to give up, we're going to discuss, what that feeling is. Also, how do we turn some of that around? How do we turn that around when, that discouragement happens? Like yesterday, we talked about living with the consequences and dealing with, when you can get into a space of regret and things of that nature. But today I kind of want to dig a little deeper into when you want to quit everything, and everything could be anything specific. Just you ready to just quit, give up, let it go, regardless of how much. I don't care how much work I put in. I'm just tired. I'm tired, and you just done with whatever it is that thing may be. And so we want to kind of dig into that and kind of hopefully by the end, encourage you to quit or encourage you to stick it out and stay with whatever it is that you are, whatever it is that you're trying to become, whatever project you're working on, even in relationships, when you're ready to quit. So, again, I want to welcome you guys. I got Pastor Brian A. McCrory Sr. in the building and Mr. Kaneem Curvey in the building as well. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys for being here. Again, everyone, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Let everybody know that the brothers are on. We always got some really pretty decent topics, so share it out. We don't cuss. You know, we're good. We got these are almost kid-friendly broadcasting. You know, maybe help. Almost. There are moments. You know, pastor starts telling the jokes.
Yeah, don't let me get one of my stories on fire.
We got to put the parental guidance suggested up.
Nah, but
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't ever get in any trouble.
Right. Go ahead. What'd you say, Kadeem?
No, I said for the most part, we are a family type program.
Yes, indeed.
At least I should say you are, because I'm not. I'm just a guest. But you are a family type program.
Hey, at least you're on here. He's more.
Now, if you notice, what Kaneem just did was give himself an out clause.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did that on the slide. Yeah.
I do that with my kids too.
All right. So let me ask you, gentlemen, and any one of you can jump in. Have you ever just want to quit certain parts of your life when it comes to work, when it comes to your marriage, when it comes to certain obligations that you have or have created? Have you wanted to just quit and just leave it because, you know, it felt like either one, it wasn't worth it, or two, it became too much? Have you ever been in that space?
I think it's interesting that you said life and marriage. Like when we talk about mutual exclusivity, I mean, what you trying to say, bro?
Hey, Brian, I actually did
Good morning.
quit.
Good morning, Deborah.
I actually did quit my first marriage. I was in the front yard mowing the grass, and I just said, "Forget it."
Forget it.
Hey,
somehow I struggle to believe FORGET is actually what you said.
Yeah, forget it. Yeah, that's what I said. Hey, for real though, I just left it. I left the lawnmower in the middle of the yard, grass, incomplete cut, trash bags full of clothes, throw them in the back of my truck, gone. Didn't know where I was about to go. I just left. Like, I quit. I'm done.
Wow.
Put a fork in me. I can't do no more.
Wow.
And went to the DeKalb County and filed for divorce immediately as I could. I was like, did she file it? No, I was a petitioner. She was the defendant. I was done.
Wow.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah.
It's like he pushing the lawnmower. He was like,
you know what?
You know what?
I'm done.
It wasn't quite like, well, she actually came outside and was barking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she was there. I'm talking about like the whole. And we lived in a cul-de-sac, so it's just echoing off everybody's house, just like, you know. La, la, la. You know what? I feel you. Let me just hey, lawnmower still going. I'm out. Yeah. If that's how you feel, that's respect you got. I'm done.
Wow. That's interesting. I
had quit everything. Hey, left the house, furniture. You can have it all. I can get it all back.
I'm out. That's it. Wow.
Wow.
Right, Deborah. He said that's what I thought. She said something. She said something, but then just kind of thinking about it a little bit. Sometimes you start thinking about like, what am I doing? Like, and you could be like, the last time I cut this grass, we was in the same situation. Like
Yeah.
this grass. It's like we going through these seasons, and
Yeah, man. I
like,
mean, dude, I just want to spend the next 50 years with that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
get it.
constant, just wake up in the morning, we just barking.
Right.
Get off work, we barking. Before we go to sleep, we bark.
I got
And
it.
then we ain't got no kids together. And we just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
girl, stop.
Okay. I feel you. All right. So he said, "No, I'm out." He quit. He said, "I'm done." Oh, wow. I can't. I don't even have a good follow up on that one.
Well, I guess the real question is, I guess that's what happens when you feel such a void, such an emptiness, such a lack of hope
right.
or resolve for something. You just don't even feel like it's worth your energy anymore. So you just completely walk away from it.
Right.
I get it.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely. I mean, don't get me wrong. That wasn't like that was just a light switch.
Right.
It was
Right.
it was a lot of stuff that led up to that point.
Yeah.
You
Indeed.
know what I'm saying? So
Indeed. Sometimes the action has to be taken. So, Pastor, what about you? I don't know any hard quit stories with you, but I mean, what have you ever been in a situation that you wanted to quit and maybe didn't? Or hey, let's go out. Were there things that you just like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done with this.
Listen, again, like I said yesterday, man, it's not even possible to begin. All I have to do is give you an example, because there are many examples of
Right.
wanting to quit.
Right.
I mean, there are countless examples in my life of feeling like you want to quit,
Right.
not feeling like you want to go on. I don't know anybody that has not felt like that did not feel like that yesterday. Right. There's always opportunity to want to quit.
Right.
And so my response to that is, yeah, I have wanted to quit, and in the future we'll want to quit.
Right.
I go back to, I'll never forget, I was in Hawaii in the military.
Okay.
I was in the Ranger Indoctrination Program. It's called RIP. RIP is the training that you go to when you have become a candidate for Ranger School.
Okay.
It's kind of the prep for Ranger School. If you can go through RIP, then you can probably make it through. You have a greater chance of getting through Ranger School. If you can't make it through RIP, don't even try to go to Ranger School.
Gotcha.
And I never forget, we were in Hawaii, and we were on a tactical excursion, and we were climbing this hill.
Right.
And you look up, and it's like looking up at the hill, you can't even see the crest, the top of the hill.
Wow.
You can't even see it, right? Wow. But you have to get to the top. The soil is soft, so it's like you're climbing sand. And you have 120 pounds of rucksack on your back.
Wow.
Your clothes, your food,
right.
Your PRC 77, the radio with extra batteries, and I probably had 2 batteries, and they weighed 3 pounds each. But on my back, you felt like you were carrying a ton after you've been carrying it, for 8-9 hours.
Right.
And you're thirsty, but you got to get up this hill by a certain time because you got to meet this drop. The helicopter's going to drop supplies. You got to get up there. You got to get to the top of the hill, get to the coordinating point, period. Wow. And your squad is climbing the hill, and you have a rope to assist you. So you have somebody that's gone up before you and it's tied a rope. So you're trying to pull yourself up this hill.
Right.
And it's so excruciatingly painful.
Right.
You're so tired. Your legs are burning.
Right.
You're out of breath, and you can't stop because there's people behind you.
Right.
and there's one path up. It's not like you can spread out and everybody climb on their own. Everybody's on this rope.
Wow.
So if you stop everybody behind you.
Wow.
You understand? And I'm talking about you got sweat dripping. It's like you would have thought you was Jesus. The sweat was blood.
Wow.
And what I'm saying is you're climbing this rope. You know you're on a timeline. You can hear people shouting, "Come on, let's go, let's go."
Right.
You can hear people pulling folks. You can hear people saying, "Keep going, man. You can make it. You can make it." But in your mind, you have your own battle going.
Wow.
Right? In your mind, I'm like, man, I don't even want to go to Ranger School. It's not even necessary. I don't have to do this.
Right.
Like, why am I on this hill?
Wow.
Like, what are you doing, man? You could be back in the barracks. You could be back in the rear. You killing your body. You about to pass out, bro. You about to fall. You're let go of the rope, man. Just like I'd rather roll back down the hill than to take another step forward because I'm just done. I'm so tired. This don't even make no sense. Where in combat am I gonna have to climb a hill? You doing all this stuff in your head, man.
Never will I have to use this. Right.
And the only thing that you can think about is I don't want to be the one to quit.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one to quit.
Right.
And so you keep climbing and you pray with every step that your legs will hold you up.
Right.
Please, Jesus, please. Okay. Please, Jesus, please.
Wow.
I'm like, I can in my heart, I can still feel it. I can go all the way back. It's over 30 years.
Really? Wow.
And I'm getting tired talking about it. I'm losing my breath talking about it. Right. And I'm saying it's like the mental anguish going on in your mind because everything, like you don't even have to. Why is that patch so important? You don't need that patch. You don't need it. What you bragging? What you trying to be, Rambo? Who? Back then it was Rambo. Right. And you want to quit. And you keep talking to yourself and talking to yourself and talking to yourself. And then the next thing you know, I see the tip of I see the edge of the cliff. I can see the top.
Right.
I've talked to myself all the way up, fighting the desire to quit, but I kept climbing, and I made it to the top, and realized I didn't quit.
Wow.
And the thought of quitting was at every step.
Yeah.
But the thought of quitting, I was able to overcome the thought of quitting to take the next step.
Right.
And make it to the top. And then look back down and see other people coming up.
Wow.
That's crazy. So yeah, man. Yeah. I have felt it. And that was just that day.
Right.
That was one exercise, one event.
There's others. That was just the one. Wow.
But I'm saying emotionally,
yeah.
Like you could be in a debate.
Yes.
With someone. You could be in an argument with someone that you really care about.
What's up, Rob?
Morning, D. Right?
Morning.
Going back and forth.
Right.
And with every response,
right,
you want to quit. You say one more thing. Okay, all right. You got one more. Okay, all right. Yep. You keep going. Keep going. I'm about to be out. I'm about to be done. Right. Why you gonna quit? What you quitting for? That's how you win the argument. That's how you win. You quit. Oh, that's what's gonna hurt her.
Right.
That's how you get her. You walk out the door. You go. Yeah. You play it all out. I can envision walking out the door, turning back, and seeing you crying.
Right.
I painted that whole picture in my mind. Oh, you ain't crying today, but you'll cry tonight. You may not cry tonight. You're gonna cry tomorrow. Next week, you're gonna be. You can walk all the way through.
Yes.
The concept of quitting on somebody.
Right.
And you can walk all the way through the process of watching them and their reaction to you quitting.
Right.
And you could talk yourself right out of the best thing that ever happened to you.
Right.
Or the worst thing that ever happened to you. Right. You understand? But what I'm saying is like the thought of quitting can come in any and every area of your life. It could come, the thought of quitting can come when you are chasing your greatest accomplishment.
Right.
And every step you make, there could be a thought, there could be a sense of doubt. Yeah. And it could be as excruciating as climbing that hill. People don't think that mental anguish can compare to physical exhaustion. Right? You can be more exhausted mentally than you could ever be physically. You can be more exhausted emotionally than you can ever be physically.
Right.
Your mind can quit on you before your body gives up.
Right. Yeah.
In fact, your mind is what makes your body quit.
Right.
I tell people all the time that, Kaneem is a big brother. He I don't know how much he can bench, but I bet he could bench press my weight, right? Because he's big.
Yeah.
You understand? And I'm saying, let's 200 pounds. If I go and try to push 200 pounds 5 times right now, I quit. Right? But here's the thing. If I keep working at it, keep pushing at it, right? And next thing you know, I'm hitting 200 pounds. I'm doing 10, 15 reps at 200 pounds.
Right.
But here's the thing. 200 pounds, the weight of 200 pounds never changed.
Right.
It's 200 pounds today. It'll still be 200 pounds 6 months from now. The only difference is me.
Yeah. Definitely.
And what I've exercised. So whenever you think about quitting, think about the fact that the weight of the thought that makes you want to quit, whatever's driving that thought, that'll never change. The only thing that can change is how you perceive the thought, how you process the thought, what you do in response to the thought. So yeah, man, I don't know anybody that hasn't wanted to quit.
Definitely. I think, like for myself, there were times, that you just kind of want to give up, during, and it's funny that it just looked at Rollins' comments, said just like running track, have to force your mind not to quit so your legs keep moving. Don't quit. Gerardo said that's why I guess he didn't enlist. God didn't make me do that. So yeah, I think even like you said, even in the race of life, race of going after something, you get weary, you get tired in what you're doing, and the thought of quitting comes up just because, like you said, on the hill, you start, especially when you get to the question of, what am I doing this for? Like, why am I killing myself for this thing? And you gotta, and like you said, like Rollins was with the mind, you gotta keep pushing, you keep going. And even when, you don't feel like it, but you're headed somewhere. Like Pastor, you said, he was on a hill. The worst part is when you can't see the end. I can like imagine like holding the line and all you see is a line of guys and a hill that seems 1,000,000 feet up. Like, we're not getting it up there. We're not gonna make it. Why don't we all just tumble down this hill? Because we all done.
What's crazy is when you process the thought of doing something, and I didn't see the first guy get to the top.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So what if you're the first person in that crew?
Right.
On the rope.
Right.
And you didn't see anybody else go up before you.
Right.
It psychologically that makes it justifiable to quit because you didn't see anybody else do it.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
When you chasing your dream, if it's something you haven't witnessed somebody else doing,
right.
It seems like emotionally or psychologically it makes it easier to quit.
Yeah.
For me it was, why did you sign your name? Why did you sign up? Why did you get up this morning? Why did you come all the way out here? Why did you pack all this stuff up? You did all that to get halfway up this mountain and quit? You want to be that dude?
I think that's the other side of it too. That's
yeah.
It's like what those two the two things on the side of your head, just like, give up. The other one's like, why? We're already here. Might as well keep going. We're almost there. Just might as well keep going. And like you said,
they're gonna talk about you.
Right. You want to be that dude?
You gonna be that dude?
The one. You're not gonna knock just you down. You're gonna take everybody else behind you down.
Right.
You want to be that dude? Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go and get down there. And I think that's a big part, especially when there's so much more attached to it. like you stop, you're stopping people behind you. You know, you're throwing people off that are either rooting you on or following your pace, you know, and the things that you're connected to, you know, you're quitting on a lot more than you realize. And I think that's the big thing that you begin to picture, you know, when you want to quit. But that side is like, if you give up, you know, what are you really giving up? How much are you giving up? You know, how much in your life is changing, and what's connected. So do we fight through this, or do we give up?
Yeah.
Let's see. Gerald says, accept reality is when you turn around, they're laughing and waving goodbye. Right. Oh, so yeah, definitely. And you know, when it comes to the quit, the pastor said, you know how like you graduate, what do you say? A quituation. So you're gonna be in a quituation.
I was at the YMCA as a little boy. My mom had enrolled us in swimming classes. And my older brother and I, my brother Mark and I, we were in the same class.
Right.
And, you know, in this class, everybody, you know, you go from a minnow to a shark.
Okay.
Right. We started out in 3 feet water where my feet could touch the bottom. I remember swimming from not the length of the pool, but the width of the pool.
Right.
Right.
Got you.
And, you know, I'll never forget the day that I was able to swim underwater and hold my breath across the width of the pool and back.
Nice.
Without my feet touching the bottom of the pool.
Right.
So I was able to swim in the water without touching the bottom.
Right.
From one side to the other side and back underwater.
Right.
Holding my breath that long.
You underwater. We get money.
I was Aquaman.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
They celebrated me. You know, me and my brother was able to do it. We were celebrated and all that. And so I was going to be able to graduate to the next level.
Right.
So the next day, our parents were going to come and watch us swim. Okay. So my mom came to the YMCA because the teacher wanted to show off the children that were excelling in swimming class.
Right.
So we're in the pool and my mom is up in the bleachers. I don't know if mom remembers this. And they tell the parents, okay, your child is going to swim the width of the pool over and back. So I'm like, getting ready to go.
Right.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to show off. And our instructor says, I want you to go and do it in the 5 feet. What? Right. She moves us from the 3 feet to the middle of the pool and says, we're going to do it on this side. I'm like, I'm on the side of the pool, and Mark is like, he's in the water. I'm sitting, my butt is on the side of the pool. Mark is in the water, holding onto the side, like ready for them to say go. He was like, come on, B. I'm like, I ain't getting in there. He said, you did it in the 3 feet. I'm like, this 5 feet. I can't touch the bottom.
Right.
It's 5 feet. I'm like 4 feet tall. That means if I touch the bottom, my head is going to be a foot underwater. Right? Now, in the 3 feet, I had the confidence because I knew if anything failed, I could touch the bottom.
Right.
You understand? Right. But in the 5 feet, I know if I touch the bottom, I'm not going to be able to breathe.
Right.
So my mother's up in the bleachers, and she's looking at me like, go on, baby.
Come on, baby. You go and do it.
And I turn it up, and I look at her, and this is me. I'm turning around like this. It's too deep. I'm telling her it's too deep. And the instructor's like, okay, Brian, jump in. Mark, gone.
Wow. Oh, he's already done it.
He gone.
Good. Wow.
And I'm like, that's too deep.
Right.
That day, I didn't care what anybody thought.
Wow.
I quit that day.
Wow.
I did not swim across that pool.
Wow.
And because I didn't swim across that pool, Mark got elevated and I didn't.
Wow.
I had to go back to the 3 feet.
Right.
And keep practicing until I had the confidence. Wow. But Mark was like, how come you didn't do it, man? Oh, you scared to do it? I'm like, I'll just be scared today.
Right. Like I can't even argue it. I'm gonna just be.
There are times when you quit and you don't care what anybody thinks.
Right.
I did not feel like I was ready to jump in that deep of water without a safety net. Right.
Indeed.
I was not comfortable. And I'm saying sometimes quitting is not necessarily a bad thing.
Why I had a feeling you was gonna go there like that?
I didn't give 2 cents for what my mama thought.
Right.
The lecture I was going to get afterwards.
Right.
How much that class cost.
Right.
The teasing I was going to get from my brother or my brothers, plural, when he went back and told my other brothers at home that Brian didn't swim across the pool.
Right.
I didn't care. That day I was not ready, so I was not going to do it.
Right. It's that when quitting is an option.
Hey.
But it's crazy like that, like I can take a story in a different direction where, when situation is like the same, the depth of the issue is different. You've handled it before. The depth is just bigger. You like you said, you went under the water. You could swim it without touching the ground. You could do it. Not that you couldn't. It's just the depth change, and now it looks more difficult than really is. And that happens in life. As you're in things and things grow and things develop and they change, and then the challenges come. It's like you've been doing this for a while. But because it got a little deeper, now it just appears to be a lot more difficult. But also like you said, that safety net. But no, let's go back to the 3 feet where I know I can stop. I'm not gonna stop, but I just know if I stop, there's no struggle. So you definitely have to, have those moments where things get deeper, and it's I can handle it, but it just seems like there's so much more to risk at this level. Gerardo says it's a psych test as much as a physical test. That's why they have everybody attached. Right.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
And I failed that day.
Yeah.
Because my body had already proven that I could swim across and back.
Right.
So that was not a good day for me.
Right.
But I didn't care.
Right.
I didn't care.
Right.
I wasn't going across in 5 feet. And that happens, thankfully I was able to build my confidence up and come back and swim across in the 8 feet, because the next time I did it, I didn't even go to the 5 feet. I was so confident I went straight to the 8 feet.
Nice.
And swam across and back, and paused in the middle just to show off.
Right.
Mark wasn't feeling it. He's like, yeah, whatever. But I came back stronger.
Right.
And what I'm saying is that was not a good day for me. It was not a good look for me.
Right.
I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. Right. I felt like I embarrassed my mom, but I was able to come back stronger.
Right.
And there are times when, and again, the message is, nobody's perfect.
Right.
There are times that we quit.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm thankful for the opportunity to come back and try it again.
Right.
And be even stronger. And that's what I mean. Like, I know everybody goes through this, and I'm talking about when I was a young person. I mean, I'm using these simple examples, but you all know who you are.
Right.
You should have jumped in.
Right.
You knew that you had already proven yourself, and you just got scared.
Yeah.
But we can come back and do it again. That's just real. Kaneem is married today, happily married.
Right. Let's point that out.
He is better than married.
I'm talking about.
Yes,
You know?
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It's okay to know, to have a fear sometimes. You just know your limitations. But the key is, and even talking about like from yesterday, the consequences, knowing don't get stuck in that space where
Yeah.
you never jump back in the water. That's if anything get out of mess, like Pastor said, I just had to go down to class and build myself back up, and then recognize, oh, I could do this.
Yeah.
And like you said, he didn't just jump into 5, he jumped into 8 because he's like, it's all the same.
Because you got to understand, like, it ain't like I wasn't bragging about swimming across in the 3 feet water.
Right.
I told you I felt like I was Aquaman.
Right.
You didn't have to swim all the way across underwater.
Right. But
I was able to do it. And of course, I bragged about holding my breath for that long. You can't hold your breath that long.
Right.
Yeah, you can swim across, but I did it completely underwater.
Right.
And then came the 5 feet. And I had to see all those same children.
Go.
Yeah, and I had to live with that until I could get across that
Right.
and back in
Right.
deeper water.
Yes, indeed.
I had to live with that. And sometimes we got to live with that shame and that embarrassment
Right.
of failure,
Right.
but you still come
You
back.
gotta-
You still come.
Right. Right. You don't give up on that thing. You
Yeah.
take a step back, and then you reevaluate and you keep pushing. I think one of our biggest issues is the fact that people stop and they just never do it again. They never start again. They never venture out.
Yeah.
Never give it a shot. And sometimes, the reason that you stopped was, I won't say small, but it just was a simple adjustment that happened that you weren't ready for. Then you're just like, oh, I wasn't ready for that. So you kind of reevaluate, jump back in this thing like, okay, I know what's going to happen now. I'm prepared, and do it. And life, life is, everything in life is a risk. You waking up, you getting in your car. If you look at the statistics of an accident over a plane falling, it's more likely for you to get in an accident in your car like every single day.
Yeah.
These same risks, you gotta get out there and take a chance. Don't stick yourself in such a box that I'll never do it again. Be so fearful to make a move. And each one of us have had, like I said, had those hanging on the side of the pool moments like, yeah, no, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
where
Bro,
I was like,
listen.
yeah.
When I was in transition in the 90s,
Right.
it was very, very difficult to walk through the process. Like, you could paint the picture in your mind, I'm going to get out of this shelter. I'm going to get out of the shelter.
Right.
But painting the picture in your mind and actually walking those steps out, oh man, there's a job opportunity over there. Somebody told me about this job. I was unemployed. I needed a job. I can't get my own place if I don't have income.
Right.
Hey man, they're hiring at this spot. I don't even have a car to get to where they're hiring.
Right.
Like, I believe if I get there, I could get the job. But right now I need a ride.
Right.
And nobody's offering a ride.
Right.
So do you just sit down? Nah, I had to get up,
Right.
walk out of the building, and find a ride.
Right.
How bad do you want the job?
Right.
Because the job is not going to come to you.
Right.
You got to go to it.
Right.
And I don't have a means of transportation.
Yep. Indeed.
Start walking.
Right. Right.
Hey, which way you going? Hey, can you get me to Elkton?
Yeah.
And I got to ride. I'm like, that's not what happened. I'm just saying, I'm giving you an example. In my particular case, Sister Mary.
Right.
I'll take you, baby. Thank you, Sister Mary.
Right.
I'll take you. But for me to take you, you got to be ready to go at 7:00.
Woo.
What?
Yeah. Right. Right there. Right.
The shift don't even start. He ain't even gonna be there till 10.
So where you
I
gonna
can
get there?
take you at 7:00, get you there by 7:30.
Right.
It's a 30-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do from 7:30 to 10? Wait.
Right. Exactly.
So that's what happened.
Exactly.
Do you want the job? Get your butt up at 7 o'clock and be ready to go.
Right. There you go.
You know, do you want the job? Wait out on the steps till the hiring manager shows up.
Right.
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 Then and I'm out there waiting, and he shows up, and he goes, "Nah, we're not hiring." What? I came all the way down here, and now I don't even have a ride back to the shelter. Right. And then I realized that, you know, one of the people from the church lived up the street, a couple houses down from the factory.
Wow.
Knock on the door. Yeah, you can stay here. Ain't nobody gonna be here, but you can stay up in my son's room up in the attic until somebody get off this afternoon, and we take you back up to Russellville. Wow. And I'm waiting, and then their son comes in the house, and I'm in there like, just thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. I know I need a job. I came all the way there. Thank you, Jesus. I'm like, I can't tell how many times I said thank you, Jesus.
Wow. Right.
And then he says, hey, somebody, hey, Brother Brian, they calling you. Somebody wants you down here at the factory, at the shop. Wow. What was a no at 10 o'clock in the morning was a yes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Nice.
Sometimes you got to stay in the place that you got to know.
Right.
Sometimes you got to stay around. You got to hang around.
Yeah.
And wait. Yep. Right. And I hung out. Here's the thing. What would have happened if I had left?
Right.
And got back to Russellville?
Right.
You understand? Mm-hmm. If I'd have started walking.
Yeah.
Some would say, just walk. You ain't got to. The man said no. Go on back.
Go on back home. Right.
This is why you have to have divine intervention. This is why you need the Lord.
Right.
Because while I was waiting, I was telling the Lord, thank you. For something that looked like it was a no-go.
Indeed.
I'm gonna tell the Lord thank you anyway, and he turned that thing around. Yep. In the same day, in a matter of hours, he turned it around. And it was the kickstart to the rest of my life.
Wow. That's big.
Right? Now, I don't know what that has to do with quitting. But here's what I would tell you. Here's what I would tell you.
Yeah, that was a good word.
I did not quit when I didn't have a ride.
Right.
I did not quit when I found out I had to wait.
Right.
I did not quit when they told me no.
Right.
And so every time the thought of quitting hits my brain cells or my spirit or my mind,
right,
I remind myself of why I started in the first place.
Right. Why you began the journey.
Right.
Yep.
What brought you here?
Yeah. What was your goal?
If what brought you here is still more valuable, don't quit.
Right. There you go. Don't quit. You know, because, you know, it's going to get rough. It's going to get hard. But remembering, like you said, remembering why you started your journey. Remembering why'd you come out here, you know, and knowing that better is on the other side of the struggle sometimes, you know, so you have to kind of keep pushing, you know. And don't get so discouraged. You know, like I said, you're gonna have moments. So Brothers of Legacy is telling you it's okay to have that moment. You know, and trust me, there's no one that is super successful that in every area of life that have not have a moment. You know, like I'm done. You know, you go through your whole, I'm done. This is what I'm going to do. Like you said, you imagine the look back, the cries. You're like, I'm out of here. I'm done, you know. But then you realize, what is it that I really want? You know, what am I fighting for? And you get back into it. You know, you stay with it. Gerardo says, like Aretha and Airplanes, her career was so limited after that restricted, to where the bus could go. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Indeed. Indeed. All right. So listen, just a quick reset. We appreciate you guys for rocking with the Brothers of Legacy. We appreciate all that you're doing. Make sure you are sharing. Make sure you are tagging. Tag someone that you've probably had the conversation about quitting with, or someone's told you they're ready to quit. Connect them with this broadcast. We want to encourage, inspire, and push you to do the things that you might have been afraid to do for some time. That it went wrong 10 years ago, and you said, I'll never do it again. I want to encourage you to try it again. Give it a shot. because you already know what to do. You just got to tweak it a little bit. You just came upon a little bit of a challenge, and you're done with it. But I'm sure you could make it happen. You can make it happen. So, Kaneem,
Yes, sir.
what have you learned? So we talked about you. Could you hit me in the head with that lawnmower and I'm out? I've never heard that story. Listen, shout out. Listen, if you guys been following, Kaneem, he's the king of stories. Oh, that one, I was like, I ain't never heard that one. He said,
I
I'm out.
thought I shared that with y'all. Man.
Nope, never heard that one.
Never.
Okay.
So we learned to stay in the fight and do some things different in our marriage and things of that nature to make sure we have a better environment. We're in a better place now. There's no quitting. What keeps you pushing in this relationship, kind of compared to the old relationship when it comes to you?
You talking about from my first marriage and now?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just totally like a 180. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like dark clouds and sunshine. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's because my ex was, I mean, she was educated. I mean,
Right.
more than I was,
I got
and she made more money than me.
Okay.
But I think she was spoiled, and she had some medical issues where she couldn't have children.
I got you.
So a lot of women will know about endometriosis and
Right.
fibroids and stuff like that. So she had, those serious conditions. But my whole thing was I was willing to work around that because we was talking about having kids. And so I'm like, we gonna do the IVF because I was working for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Right.
And they was reimbursing for that, so we was gonna do the IVF, and she didn't want to do that. And then I was like, well, we can just adopt if we can't have no kids. We can do adoption. She didn't want to do that.
I got you.
So I mean, I think mentally her physical condition made her broadcast a lot of negative energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you kind
going through that, I was the only one now, so I'm the one catching all the negative energy. You feel me?
I got you.
So that was just, and she didn't want to go to counseling. I'm up here. I'm not, now mind you, now I'm in my 20s now,
I got you.
and I'm talking about going to counseling,
Right.
and I'm reading books about marriage and all in my 20s.
Trying to
And
figure it out.
mind you,
got you.
I only been here for a minute,
I got
and I'm coming straight off the street trying to be a civilized citizen. You feel me? So I'm like, that ain't. So when she wanted to do all that, I was like, I'm done. Now with my current wife,
right.
she kind of gave me purpose and focus, and you know what I'm saying. She gave me ambition and just gave me a something that I could strive to be like the man I wanted to be.
Right.
When I was in the streets,
I got
but
you.
I didn't know that I could be that
I got you. It's hard to
because
see.
I didn't. My daddy wasn't there.
I got you.
My uncles wasn't there.
Right.
My granddaddy gone, so I didn't have that, that mentor, that male mentor to look to.
Right.
And once I got with her, she started getting me around people like Brian. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like I just had a positive energy and vibe and circle, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I didn't have all them cats. When I got with her, all them cats I was smoking weed with and drinking and all that, they was
Right.
gone.
I got
You know what I'm saying? All y'all, I can't even talk on the telephone with y'all. That's how much I cut everybody off. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it wasn't beneficial to where I was trying to be.
Right.
And being that I didn't want to expose the children to any of my, past
I got you.
history. Y'all ain't benefiting me. All we doing is entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
I want all my entertainment with my wife. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Indeed.
I
So
want
a
to
lot
go
of
to the
shifting your
park.
mindset, your thinking.
Yeah, I want to go to
Right,
the
right.
park. I want to go to baseball games with kids. I want to
Right.
football, basketball.
All the stuff you
what I'm
kind of been imagining, but didn't know how to get to. I got
saying?
you.
Yeah, let's go out in the backyard and roast marshmallows when we know we got a kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got
Yeah,
you.
all that silly stuff that I wanted to do when I was young,
Right.
and I didn't get a chance to do it. Now I can do it with the kids. You
Right.
feel me? And then my wife, she just nurturing, like she just, you know what I'm saying? It's like I had, you know, just a rainbow that was with me everywhere I go. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
Like
you.
it's always sunny. It's always beautiful. Look at this, no clouds. You know what I'm saying? Just always feeling good, even when we ain't in the same room. You know,
Right.
I'm at work, I'm in our car.
Yeah.
It's just I just always had that joy. You
I
feel me?
got you. I feel you. All right. Just shifting and thinking. Nah, it's
It is.
lack of-
That's exactly what it is, man.
Yeah.
You had to get into an environment. I realized, like, Alicia didn't give you these things.
Right.
She helped you discover
Right.
what you already had.
Yeah.
She helped you discover things about yourself because you had to get put into a nurturing environment that allowed these things about you to be exposed. When you
Right.
talk about purpose and all of that, a lot of times we have purpose, we just don't understand it. We can't see it. We haven't discovered it.
Right.
And when you get to a place where you get around somebody that puts you in an environment that is conducive for your growth, as opposed to being detrimental to your growth,
Right.
you learn to appreciate that and your values begin to shift. What you're saying is, man, I can't eat that no more emotionally, mentally. No, I'm on a new diet. My mind is eating something else now.
Right.
My emotions is eating something else now. I got somebody feeding me the right stuff.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, man. That ain't, man, there ain't nothing like that. And then that's what happens when you got somebody giving you that, they look
Right.
like the rainbow. They look like flowers in bloom, man. Yeah, bro.
Indeed.
Yeah, it
Indeed.
do, man. It do.
good
You're
stuff.
right, Sean. You're right. This show make me smile on the inside all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
See what,
that's why I'm so thankful and humble, and I put on this pedestal and I do everything I can to keep it there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
Indeed.
good, man. That's good.
All right, gentlemen, and people out there, we appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us. Another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out, we stand up. Thank you guys for sharing. You can still share. Sharing is caring. If you're on YouTube, make sure you give a thumbs up, subscribe, all that, and then some. And so we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, Hump Day. And we look forward to seeing you. Continue to stay safe, do the right thing, make good decisions, and all that, and then some. As always, know that we love you. God loves you more. And continue to stay safe. All right, we'll see you in the AM. Peace out. As always, we love you. Know that God loves you more. Stay safe. Thank you guys for rocking, hanging, being with us.